That's right. You are now rocking with the best. This is your boy BK, the boss of Bitcoin. And if you don't like me, you must not like money. Today is June 16th. That's a live update, y'all, from a prediction we made about 2 days ago on Ripple and some money that was being made on a quick trade. Now, what I wanted to do right away is get on the charts and show you how this trade has been working out. If you remember, we traded Ethereum and bought Ripple. First of all, let's look at Ethereum. Let's start with the sell, because a lot of people, you know, when you get rid of something, you look at it and you don't, the loss, right, or the gain you made from the loss, it doesn't register sometimes. So I think some people are still looking at Ethereum, and because it hasn't gone down all the way yet, you know, I don't think they realize that we actually won on that trade. That was a good trade. Here we go. Yeah, that last chart was not good. All right. So again, Ethereum has never been this high for this long against itself. And it's really trying to decide if it wants to stay there or if it wants to come back down somewhere that's a bit more comfortable. So you'll see right now, we're still inside of a channel, but it is almost another turning point. And you'll see why in a second. So to get our channel that we're in, we do high to high and then low to low. And again, I got you guys on the chat right now. So if you got any questions, comments, you know, we'll make this a live interaction. So make sure you in the comments section, you know, address, and I'll try to get to you whenever we have time. And one thing, you know, when we're making our channel, you also want to be cognizant that you keep this orange line in mind, okay? And remember, there are multiple channels that exist on this chart. This is just one. So the reason I did not go all the way down there is because that is just one low spot, right? That's just one point in time. We can't draw a correlation off 1 point. I don't teach that. We need 2 points. So if we go up a little bit, we actually get 2 points on this chart. One of them right there, and the other on the other side, right there. And so that then becomes our channel. You see that? And still, all we did was just copy, paste, copy, paste. So we're just going to basically recognize this area as kind of like a low area anomaly. So what that means is that's a potential life for Ethereum that didn't get fully developed, right? It was starting to make that life happen. And when that orange, and that's why that orange, that red, and that green came together. And then once that happened, that green went back up and said, no, I'm not ready to go down, right? And now it's back in the channel. So even though, and this is what you can do, this is how you tell, even though that looks like, you know, it didn't fit in the channel, if you draw where these lines come together at, there's still a pretty good relationship there, right? You had a bit of turbulence right there. You had another area right there. You settled down right there. And then you came close to testing it again right there. So that line, what I'm saying is this pattern right here, top of the channel to low point consolidation, this channel right there is no accident. And I'm going to draw it so you can see. That channel is no accident. Right? So what I think is going to happen in the near future for Ethereum is, right, because right now we're back in, you know, our regular trading range. But at some point, normally it happens when it hits the high, because you saw it came off the high point right there. So if we drew that line, it almost looks like we could be setting up for another occurrence to ride it down and test it again. And normally, when you have one pattern that repeats like that, right? One pattern that repeats, if it catches on the first time, more than likely it's going to break on the second time. And if it breaks, then you're looking at something. Let's see. And this is how I predict the future, you guys. You guys are asking, some people say, oh, he's just drawing lines off, you know, a chart that already happened. That doesn't help us at all. Actually, it does. Because once you understand where these points come together at, the relationship stays the same. Okay? The only thing I'm doing is changing the position in time to which the first event happens. So you can see it looked like we're forming a channel, you know, somewhat like that. So how do we infer that point? We just wait for wherever the orange is going to intersect the green. That is no accident. And look at that. We already highlighted that area when we first identified this chart. Orange to green to yellow. That's our breaking point, if it happens. And so this is why I said from day one that it was a great idea to trade Ethereum right there. That's where we did it. It still has a chance to keep going up, you guys, but it has probably about as equal of a chance to break down when that orange intersects that green at that yellow line. You see that? This is how you predict the future. This is how you can forecast where a chart is moving simply by replicating events that happened in the past. If A, then B. This is simple logic that they teach us in school. Transitive law of equality. If A equals B and B equals C, then A equals C. So that's Ethereum. I would not recommend you buy it right now. I would say you wait. This looks like probably a 3-day cycle to where we'll know if Ethereum is still trading in here, then we're okay. But and actually this yellow line would be somewhere, I think it might be where it would be somewhere a little bit higher, somewhere up there, I'm pretty sure. Right? High to low? It would be somewhere up there, I think. Because that candle would need to come down to the green, and that would bring that orange to the green. But then if you see Ethereum, you know, break down into a new consolidation channel like that, get out. Because then it's creating an entirely new pattern of lower highs, right? Or I'm sorry, higher lows. which is the beginning to turn signal of a downtrend. Again, what I show you is not what other people show you. You know, what I've learned after watching many hours of video is that a lot of these people really don't understand the simple logic that a chart, the true fundamentals of physics, and as it is exemplified through our perception in this chart, a lot of people don't understand that. I do, right? So for example, I deal with slope, I deal with angles, I deal with trajectories. You guys don't see that the way I describe it, but everything I talk about is projectile motion. It's grounded in the fundamental understandings of our universe. And so just because I correlate that information to lines and intersections and make it easy to figure out how to break down a chart, that does not mean the logic is flawed. The logic is highly structured, highly rationalized, and highly ascending, meaning I can build on it, right? I anchor my first argument in logic, which is high to high. If we draw a line high to high, and that line holds in the past, then that line is significant. That's our first point. That's how you win every argument. Is your first statement needs to be the truest statement you can make. And that's what we do every single time. High to high, low to low. Anything after that, it's hard for us to lose. So as long as you do that, you will be very good in this charting game. Let's see if we got any questions. How much will Ethereum drop by? Again, I don't know. You would have to take it from this point right there, that relationship. So, you know, you have a high to boom, to breakout, right? So it always follows a pattern. This is a typical wedge pattern to bullish breakout. You know, that's a regular candle pattern. Even this right here is a regular forecasted accelerated pattern. It can't go higher than that green line right now. This green line, this top green line, Ethereum cannot go higher than it. It's not in the chart right now. It's not. That is the ceiling for Ethereum. So this is what I was saying yesterday or 2 days ago when we were right up there at the ceiling. I said, don't buy it. It's too expensive. This is literally what I said. So, you know, I would say just wait, let it make a decision. It'll have to make one before June 22nd. So what is that? A week, you know, probably 3 or 4 days into it, you'll know what channel it's setting up to run on. And that's when you decide if you want to get in. If it does go back down here, then we do this. We take the lowest point to which it broke out at, which is right there. And we can color this a pink line, right? Because this is a decision point. Then it has to make a decision. If it goes down that skinny yellow channel, by the time it gets to that pink point, it has to tell us, is it going to keep going down or is it going to go up, right? Because if it gets past that point, then this thing is going down. It's going to break through that yellow line and it's going to have to find a new holding point, which is probably a lot lower than what it's at right now. Because this thing, that's the thing. It's like once something takes off like that, like people talk about parabolic shapes, you know, that's pretty parabolic, you see? And so once it breaks down, then it has to come all the way down to when it wasn't, which is probably right about there somewhere. An easier way to figure that out is like a long-term low to low. We can make this a blue line, make it thick, make it dotted. And that would be something, again, this is just a rough estimate, but that would, and I do the orange for my long-term. I call these the base notes. These are like, you know, the hidden, you know, the hidden forces that kind of drive the music that we see. This is all music, guys. This is like melodies playing, right? So this is the bass note kind of. And actually, I don't like how it went over that part. So we would probably do it right there where it broke out. That's the bass note. And so if Ethereum breaks, it's going to touch that base note somewhere. Right there, right where we drew it at, right? This is simple physics, simple logic, simple straight line geometry, transitive law of equality. If A equals B and B equals C, then A equals C. That's all we're doing. You know, 1 + 2 = 3. Tesla talked about it. All these famous physicists talk about it. It's the fundamental laws of the universe. It's how everything works. Good deal. So Ethereum, it's not a buy right now. It's a wait and see. But you know me, I don't like to wait. I like to make money. How did we do that on this trade? We sold this baby at the very top to some sucker that don't know how to read charts, and we bought Ripple, XRP. So let's see what Ripple's doing. And again, this is one we've done a few videos on, right? And I'm pretty sure we bought it. Where did we buy it at? Let's check. What was that, 2 days ago? This is a 4 hour. 4 hours be throwing me off. I don't like how far away they are. We bought this on a quick chart. I bought this on like I bought this on this chart right here. So it's still got a buy signal, right? For your buys, guys, this is what I do. You know, what other people do, you know, if you want to listen to other people, that's fine. That's fine. I hope they can make you as much money as I do, but I doubt it. I buy quick and I sell long. What I mean by that is on my charts, right? I want to get as much profit out of my position as possible. So when I zoom in on this scale, I'm seeing different breaks on the chart that don't even show up if somebody just looking at a 4 hour daily chart. They would never even see this position right here. And this is when I told you to buy Ripple right here, right? I told you to buy Ripple right when that green crossed that orange. And if you see, we haven't lost money, right? Horizontal line, that's where we bought at. That's where we're at right now. You know, we could do one of these little things right there to tell us the profit. No, not that one. Hold on, I'm trying to get you, you know, a little advanced on my charting. So I saw this one thing over here. I think right here. Let's see if this works. What's that? That's 9%. So inside of, you know what, 3 days, we made 10% on our money. And like I tell you, put in a stop loss. Right, we got that locked in. I don't like losing money either, so we could put a stop loss, say, right there. Area of support is that we already went through, so we put our stop loss right there. If it drops below 9,500, it kick us out, and we still locked in. You know, 4% in 3 days. That's how you make money, right? That's how you make 1,000% in a year. 4% this day, 3% this day, 12% this day. That's why I said sell Ethereum, buy Ripple, right? Because we made +4. We're guaranteed +4 on Ripple. Let's see what we avoided on Ethereum. This is where we sold. Let me see, I could go back. What was it on? I said sell this thing because I said the green, remember I said the green was just sitting there and the orange was catching up to it? What did do you remember that? I said the green was sitting there like a deer. It was like right about here. The green was sitting there like a deer in headlights and the orange is catching up. You know what I'm saying? The orange is primed up, ready to go, and the green was just sitting there. This is why I said sell it. And you can see over time the orange was running. It was like, come on. The green like, I ain't got it, damn. You know? And so now it's done bounced back again. And if I would have been in on this, I would have seen that it hit that bottom bar, and I probably would have bought back in. But what I knew on a bigger picture is it's setting up a double cycle to where it might repeat that exact same pattern and drop right there. And if that's the case, I don't even want it. I don't want it, right? I'll put my money in Ripple where I know, right? Because right now this thing is underwater. And if you notice that peak, this drop right there, right? That drop is a lot more drastic than that one. It came back from that one with no problem. But that, I don't know. And so that's what I look at when I chart. I look for repetition, I look for volume, I look for momentum, and then from those, right, I make a decision if I want to get in or not. When will we know when to sell? This is how you know when to sell, okay? I just showed you how to buy. This is how you sell. You sell on these intersections. These intersections show you exactly what's going on inside these charts. And so, get in right there. And another thing, guys, these candles are very, very, very confusing sometimes. It's just a mess. So to be honest, half the time, I don't even look at the candles because I don't need them, right? The only thing I need are these intersections. Where does the green cross the orange? Right there. And you know what else happened? The green and the red both went below the orange at the same time. That means Ethereum is not coming back. That is a shift. That is a polar shift. So anybody that didn't sell Ethereum, now is your second chance. I'm telling you right now, that is a shift. You don't recover from that. You see? Mark this down. Somebody, please start writing this stuff down. This stuff I'm telling you guys, start writing it down. You don't recover from that. That is a shift in the fundamental structure of Ethereum, which means inside itself, it's gone from a bull, right? Where the orange and the green, or I'm sorry, the green and the red are just on top of the orange the whole time. Only time that happens is when this thing is running, right? And it's been running right there. That's where it ran. And it just shifted. It just shifted. So we see it on a 49-minute chart. It probably, I don't even know if it showed up on the 4-hour yet. And so that's what I say. When I say I buy quick and I sell long, that's what I mean. When I buy, I want to get in there as soon as possible. And when I sell, I want to know for sure that this thing ain't turning around. And yeah, you can tell that it hasn't even crossed yet on a 4-hour. So this is what I say, like some of these guys be messing y'all up looking at this daily chart because you can't make no money looking at a daily chart. I just told you right here at 1470 to get out. These other guys looking at a daily chart, their orange isn't going to catch up till maybe down there somewhere, right? That's what? 13, 14, that's almost 12%, 8%, 12%. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. So this is why, you know, I zoom in on these charts so I can know exactly what's happening. Because if you mess up on a 4-hour chart, like granted, you could see the general trends. We was able to see that, you know, Ethereum's going parabolic. It could break down to that. We could see that fine. But that little day trade, that swing trade to get you 18, 22% in 2 days, you can't see it on a 4-hour. It just, the fundamentals aren't there. And they're still not there. So let's do this. Let's go back to this because we got this spot marked in time. So what we'll do is we'll keep tracking this thing. What I want to do is I will say this was boss move only, right? 49-minute sale. Like a boss. I think I'm joking with that Rick Ross intro. You are talking to the boss. You know what I'm saying? I love this, right? All right. So we got that. And then what we'll do is we'll wait to see when Ethereum gives us a sell on the 4 hour. It's the exact same chart, you guys, the exact same candles, the exact same movement. But we'll just see. We'll wait and see. We got out right here. Actually, we got out 3 days ago. Once that thing hit the top of there and broke down below that green, I said, get out. I said, the chart done shifted. You know, it's overpriced. Get out. So we'll see. We'll see. It's still, so long story short, Ethereum is still underwater. Definitely don't buy it. If you got it right now, sell it. It's too much risk. It's too much downside potential. Whereas Ripple is still prime, ready to go. And trust me, if it breaks down, I will be the first to tell you. I will know probably before you know that this thing is broke down. I live in these charts inside of 49 minutes, right? But it hasn't. We're still up 5%. So Ethereum, or I'm sorry, Ripple is still good. Ripple ain't falling. It's holding on, getting ready to run. Joe, you are right. BK, look at Pivx. Pivx doesn't have enough data. It's too volatile. It's too hard for me to pull stuff out of. I need something with 10, 20 million plus dollars. I think Pivx is somewhere on the bottom of that. So that's the problem. Like when you have, guys, when you have these other charts, these small cryptocurrencies, like the startups, let's just pull up CoinMarketCap because I know what Pivx is. They said it's the next Dash. It's better. It's cheaper. I know all about it. I'm thinking about buying a masternode in Pivx, but I haven't yet. So, you know, it's hard for me to even evaluate that possibility when it's no real volume behind it. So if you think about it, what I'm doing is I'm drawing correlations between the universe and an entity existing within that universe, and something that's brand new hasn't had enough sustenance over existence, over everything else. So that's hard for me, you know, to predict anything. If anybody tells you anything about it, they're just guessing. And this is coming from probably one of the best people, you know, who can bring relationships together. Pivots, I think it might be okay. When I looked at it, it was like 1.2 or something like that. So it'll go up, I'm pretty sure. This is, I mean, the thing is, look, it's like this. The easy thing to do, and I just might buy some just to buy it, but the easiest thing to do on these huge shifts like this is to go back in time and to see when it broke a penny, right? So it broke a penny right back here somewhere. November 6, 2006, write that day down. November 6, 2016. Then you go out in time and see when it broke $1. And this is built into the chart. Pivx cannot change this exponential growth. This is called momentum. They can't change it, right? So it broke $1 March 14th. So between November 6th and March 14th, that's what, about 4 months? It's not bad. Now we see, oh, that's a dime. So we went from a penny to a dime, right? So we just did a penny, and that was a dime. So that was 4 months to do a dime. And now we go out another 4 months, and we should be at $1. But the problem is you had so much money in here that it wasn't rational anymore. So what I do is I draw straight line correlations over time, and you had too much extraneous stuff happening inside the market that was completely outside of Pivx. Pivx gained from it, but it didn't create that value, is what I'm saying. So it's still really, really hard to correlate any type of relative value to Pivx because it hasn't actually created its own identity inside the market. On the other hand, has created its own identity. Let's run through Litecoin real quick. That's what I'm saying. If you jump in Pivx, you up 2,700, 27%. That's amazing. Cash out, buy back in, right? Because it has to go down. It's not going to go up 2,000% because it went up 27. If you got more than like 15, 20% on a swing trade, cash out. If you can't read the chart, I can't read that chart. You know, cash out, wait for the dip, buy back in, and double up. Turn 27 into 54. Right? Litecoin, real quick. And I won't go through the whole thing. I'm pretty sure I told you to get this one. Let's check it out. We'll run through this chart and then we'll be done. June 13th. And Litecoin, guys, is still primed and still ready. What site do I use or recommend for trading? I use TradingView. My screen name on there is BD Kelly 1213. And I always have a link in the description all the way at the bottom. If you click on the description and scroll down, you'll see a link to all of these communities. So TradingView is one chart. If you click on that link, it will take you to this page. And if you type in BD Kelly 1203, it'll take you to this page. And actually, I got some pretty good picks on here that I just did this week. You know, Naughty ready to break through. I put this thing up June 9th. That thing broke out. Buy dash now, May 31st, 0.059. You know how that turned out. Sidecoin, boss up with Sidecoin. I caught this thing at, we can click on it real quick. I saw this like 2 days ago. I called it at right there. It was like 528. No, 528. So this thing is up like 8%, you know, and it's going up here. Sidecoin about to hit. Sidecoin going north of 750. So yeah, long story short, if you don't follow me, you might want to follow me. Just saying. Litecoin. And remember, if you don't like me, you must not like me. Here we go. LTC. I'm going to chart this one the way I normally chart when it's just me. Price scale, reset it. Let's jump down to our 49-minute. Beautiful thing. Beautiful thing. Reset the price scale, get rid of the drawing tools. And I don't need no candles. All right, so this is what we do. Litecoin. All we looking for, red, green, orange. And I think I told y'all Litecoin was just basically building steam for the past 3 months. Rest of the market going ham. Litecoin just getting held back, like, you know, like that one kid in the 10th grade. Everybody moving on, and he just sitting in summer school. You know what I'm saying? Everybody going to prom. He going to tutoring help. So this is what happened with Litecoin. It's more or less been consolidating for a very, very, very long time. And because of that, it is now ready to explode. We go back to May 24th, an entire 6 weeks. This thing has been right around that white line, you know, plus or minus, for those of y'all that know statistics, plus or minus 1 standard deviation of that white line. That's huge. And this thing just broke. I think I called it right around here somewhere. Yeah, right there. Orange above, or, you know, once the green breaks above the orange and the red, you got to buy. It can't, it's common sense. It's built into the chart. So right there, you know, all I do is I look at this thing and I say, orange, you're the base note. You determine everything. The orange line determine everything. Red and green go above it. What do that mean? That means it's time to make money, right? Okay, good. Let's make some money. It goes up. It comes down. Don't sell it. Don't sell it. It's got to keep going up, right? It bounces. It goes up. It comes down. Don't sell it. Don't sell it. If anything, you use these points to where it touched that orange, as your stop sales, your sales stops, right? So you can see there are plenty of areas in this chart where you can get out if it drops below a certain point. So what I will say now, what I will say is inside, and see, this is what I do. You know, once I know, you know, the general direction of a chart, then I go inside the chart and I look at, okay, green below red, green below red. What does that look like? And now you start getting into the real, okay? So now I can see exactly what's going on. That although Litecoin is on a serious uptrend, that line that I just drew right there, that yellow line, that's actually going to be slowing down with regards to that orange. So that orange is catching that yellow line pretty quick. You see that? But that's not good. That's the exact same thing that was happening with Ethereum. When that orange starts catching up, that's not good. So what we need to happen is we need this next intersection, when that green comes down to that red and it looks like it's happening, we need that to be up there, because that means that our short-term trend is outpacing our long-term trend, and the trend will continue to move higher. That's really all it is. And that's what, it's good, because this is the first time I did this, but this is actually good, because you know, that green is going to meet that red somewhere in there, which is actually really good, because now we know we have a steeper angle on our yellow than we do on that orange, and this thing will keep running until that orange catches up. And at some point, that green's going to have to slow down. I'm not saying it's going to happen right now. It's look like it's just getting started. So it might do something like that. But at some point, that green's going to have to slow down and take a break to give that orange a chance to rest, because that orange, that base node ain't made to run. You know, it's just a slow and steady. You know, they talk about the two bulls that was on the market, you know, that was on top of the hill, right? And the young bull, he just fresh. He was ready, right? You look at the old bull and say, hey, he said, you see them young calves down there, them young heifers? That's what my grandma used to say, them heifers. And let's go run down there and go get us some of them heifers. That boy, the old bull, looked at him. He said, you can run down there and try to get one of them. You know, that's what he said. Let's run down there and try to get one. Old bull looked at him and said, you can run down, try to get one. He said, I'm going to walk down and I'm going to get them all. And that's what that orange line do. That orange line walks, but when it get there, trust me, everything is coming with it. That's all I got for y'all. You know, this was Litecoin, Ripple, Ethereum, 3 of the top cryptos on the market. Litecoin, a definite buy right now. Ripple is a buy because it just turned around, but it didn't break out right now. So actually, if you're trying to make money, throw it on both Ripple and Litecoin. Can't go wrong with that. Litecoin is moving right now. Ripple is still waiting. So both of them are solid. And Ethereum, definitely don't buy. If you got it, cash it out now. It's too much downside risk. So I don't recommend that at all. Make sure you're getting them comments. If you have not joined our community on Facebook, let me tell you something. We got one of the dopest Facebook groups in the world. It's called #1 Bitcoin group in the world. We got like 300 members, seriously, all over the world. Every time I log on, it's somebody new that's joining, somebody else getting in the community. You see, you know what I'm saying? We post articles, we share information, we help each other, we give each other information, you know, that don't nobody else provide. Are we still holding on to XRP? I think y'all know the answer, but yes. So somebody put up a little meme. So it's cool, guys. It's just a great community. Like I said, you guys, no joke, are literally in the #1 Bitcoin community in the world. So I do truly appreciate that. All I am is a facilitator. You guys make this thing amazing. If you're in the chat right now, you know what I'm saying, shout out your country. I know we got about 200 people watching this thing live on YouTube. So shout out your country. Let these people know where you repping from. You know, we try to do videos, guys, every day of the week. If you can't tell, my voice is like real scratchy a little bit, right? I got like 18 bottles of water next to me, but I'm still cranking them out, right? Friday night, a lot of people out, you know, running around town, spending money, you know, chasing, right? And I'm sitting on this computer talking into a screen, trying to help you guys gain financial freedom, gain, you know, literacy, economic literacy, and truly understand the inner workings of these charts. They did not teach us this in school. That was no accident. Everything is related. These charts only prove it. And what I was saying before is it may not be, you know, something that your brain automatically accepts, just to be able to identify by colors and lines what's happening inside a multi-billion-dollar, $1 trillion market. Wall Street doesn't want you to think that you can do that, but I'm showing you it's possible. They want you to pay 18, 19% at Wells Fargo and have one of their corporate suits take your money and can't even provide you the same insight. That's why they have 1,000 different excuses why the stock market go down every other day. They can't tell us one day it's going to go up ahead of time, but they'll tell us 100 reasons why it went down. So what I'm doing is I'm taking this knowledge, I'm sharing it with you. I'm making it very, very simple so you can empower yourself, empower someone else. You know, just click that little share button on the bottom of this video and share it with somebody. You can just go to the video, click that share button at the bottom, and just share it with somebody. And just show them, you know, go about 12 minutes in when we actually in on these charts and show them like this stuff ain't that hard. How much your financial advisor charge you? $20,000 a year? $12 a trade? 9% commission? This is free knowledge, guys. And that's the beauty of this community. Again, I do one-on-ones. We got this Facebook group. I also do one-on-ones with you guys. I got, if you want a meeting, we do face-to-face, Google Hangout, Skype call, to where I can walk you through some of the other charts. You know, a lot of people ask me about some of the different altcoins, DigiByte, Sidecoin, a lot of those. You know, even just getting a better understanding of how this stuff works. This is the place to do it. This is the website, eventbrite.com. We got that set up right there. This is in the description as well. We also got a top crypto picks. This thing just hit last week. So a lot of the picks that I had on here, again, I use my charts to look into the future, to know what's coming. Wayne Gretzky said, the reason I was great, I didn't play where the hockey puck was at. I played where the hockey puck was going. That's the exact same way I play these charts. So everything on this list is just now getting hot. If not, it just hit last week. So this is still an amazing opportunity for you to make some extra money. And you can learn about all these different picks you might not have known about, because I guarantee you it's one or two on this list that you probably didn't know about, but you probably should have. And that's why I put the work in, and I put this together for you. It's $15. It's on that website. You can get that. If you want to do a one-on-one meeting, that's on this as well. And lastly, we got a power webinar. This will be tomorrow. So I actually won't be posting a video tomorrow, because I will be doing a webinar from 3 p.m. EST. And I actually got that on Facebook as well. Oh, we got 10 invites. Bam! Get higher every time I get in here. Yeah, here we go right here. So yeah, 3 p.m. tomorrow. You know, we got about 12. I think we had 12 people right now signed up. I'm limiting it to 20 people, and we'll have a legit agenda to where we discuss how these coins are working with each other, against each other, for each other. You know, and that's what I talk about up here, the crypto personalities. How do you identify and associate with Monero? Where does Monero fit in the crypto market? What personality does it have on the charts? I'm giving you a different element that, as far as I've seen, nobody else has been able to give to you. Because if they were able to do it, I wouldn't need to, right? So I'm trying to bring something new to the game. I'm trying to keep this thing colorful, keep it fun, keep it cheerful. You know, I'm trying to keep y'all involved. Let's see what type of countries we got on the train right now. Costa Rica, Spain, USA, ATL, baby, what's up? What's up, ATL? Shout out. Germany, I see you, Germany. Chirac, one time. South side, west side. France, Miami, Maryland. I put time in all those places. I love, hey, Maryland was one of my first colleges I visited. University of Maryland, Dominique Dawes down there, Miami. My brother lived right north of Hollywood over there, West Palmdale. I ain't been to France, but Chirac, I know something about that. You know, down the way, what was that? California Drive, South Side. Germany, haven't been there. Costa Rica, I gotta go traveling. One of these days, guys, y'all gonna wake up, I'm gonna be posting a video from a different country every day of the week. Paid for by Ripple and Bitcoin and Litecoin. I might do that this summer. After Litecoin triple, I'm doing that. Hey, that's the quote. LTC times 3. Litecoin is about to go to the moon this summer. Write it down. Start writing this stuff down. I'm telling you. Litecoin is going to double this summer. It's going to triple in the fall. LTC times 3. That's all I got. I got to go get some food. If you had a good time this evening, do me a favor. Just hit that thumbs up. And honestly, what's even more important for me is that this kind of information actually gets out to people, you know, that it's useful for. I think everybody on this channel right now has somebody they've been telling to get Bitcoin, right? We got somebody that just hasn't, you know, bought in. They don't understand it. They don't think they can make money. They think it's a Ponzi scheme. The talking head on TV said, don't do it, so I'm not gonna do it. Do me a favor. Share this video with them. And you ain't even got to say nothing. Just share the video and don't say nothing. They go click on it. Because people are curious. They go click on it. You know. And let's see. Everybody do that for me. Just copy and paste, you know, the URL for this video right there at the bottom of the screen. That little arrow button. Just hit share. You know, and you ain't even got to say nothing. Just share it on YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitter, wherever you at, Facebook. You know, just hit share. Let people see. That's why I do this. I want knowledge to be free. And the more people that know it, the more empowered we all will be. Hey, I'm signing out. This is your boy BK. Wherever in the world you stay, from Brazil to the Bay in California, hey. Good night, good morning, and good day. Y'all take it easy. I'll catch y'all on the flip side. Peace.